I'm just going to wait for you all to join me. My eyes are watering a bit. Hopefully I've still got some viewers because I've been rather vacant this week, as you will know. Let's see if anyone joins me. So I'm going to have to repeat myself, but I'm just going to say, so to all of you, I've got big apologies. I haven't answered any comments, any messages, nothing this week. I have been really suffering badly with the severe pain, which is why I've not been on. I've not uploaded any videos, not done anything. So I'm really, really sorry to everyone, but I had to look after my health because this up and down weather has really triggered my pain big time. And at the moment, I've got searing pain going down one leg into my calf, and it's driving me nuts. And nothing touches it. There's no pain relief that touches it at all. I'm just going to do my brows while I'm waiting for people to join. That's if anyone still remembers. I've got 2 people joined. Hello to whoever's joined. Hello, Helena. Hello. I'm just making my apologies to everybody that I've been very vacant. Hello, Stacey. Hello, Colette. Oh, Celeste. Sorry. I called you Colette. Celeste. Hello. I have been in agony this week, so I have basically switched my phone off. Hello, Bushra. I haven't been doing anything, so apologies to everyone, but I've got really bad pain flare up. Hello, Sharon. Sciatic pain going down my left leg constantly, and it's all to do with the hello Tasneen, it's all to do with the fluctuating weather going from very hot to thank you Terry, hello Shahina. Whenever the weather goes from very cold to very hot, that's when it triggers it. So I know why. Hello Jane. Yes, it really has. So I haven't answered any comments, any messages, nothing all week because I've just been lying in bed, switched my phone off and trying to relax it away. So please don't think that I'm ignoring any of you. I love you all, but I've just been trying to deal with it as best I can. It's still there. I woke up with it just searing down my left leg, and it's like a really horrendous toothache pain shooting down my leg, pulsating, going into my calf, and it's horrible. But it is to do with this weather. Definitely my trigger is the weather. So, as I said, please don't take it personally or think I've disappeared on you. I'm just getting my act together. I think also because I've got, as well as a tethered cord, I've got degenerated discs at the bottom of my spine. See, my eyes are watering now. I'm going to ruin all my makeup. And this feels like disc pain. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm not one for sympathy, but I just wanted to explain to you all why I've been so vacant, that I'm not being rude and I'm not ignoring people. I've just been trying to get on top of my pain. I'm putting my health first. Thank you, Bushra. Well, I was thinking people might be worried and thinking I'm ignoring them, and I'm not. I really am not. So just stick with me. I'll be back to my normal self soon. Hopefully this weather is going to kind of balance out, and then I'll be, back on Ali form. Thank you, Tria. So what I did today is I mean, this is the first thing I've done, really. I've been reading a bit and watching telly and sleeping a lot. The chat stops when I come on and I have to log back in. That's weird. Oh, La Roche-Posay mascara. I think I've seen that, yeah. So what I did, because I just came in, I thought, right, I'm doing my live today. I have no idea, again, what I'm going to do, but I just put my hand into my Pat McGrath drawer. I've got a drawer of Pat McGrath, and I picked out this palette. I have no idea what the colours are. It's also been a bit about my dad. That's not really helped, because my dad's tablet broke. And they couldn't get it up and running. So the whole Easter weekend, we couldn't speak to him. And we were worried that he'd think that we deserted him. Because, you know, we don't know how much he understands. And eventually they had to get one of the managers of the home, got his mobile phone and got us to WhatsApp him. And we managed to get in touch with him yesterday. And then all of a sudden the tablet started working again. But yeah, so I was a bit upset about that as well. Okay, so this is the one I picked out. I had no idea what the colours were going to be, but this is the one I've picked out. So I'm going to be doing something with that today. I like to do that every now and again because it means that I kind of circulate my palettes and I use them. And I tell you what, I've been doing a lot. I put on my really nice foundation. Midnight Sun, it is. Yes, Midnight Sun. Well spotted. Well spotted. I've been using this. Now, if you've got pigmentation, I dug this little treasure out. This is by Pixi. And it's called Peach Dew Glowy Powder. I'm going to put a little bit on and show you. Now, the reason I've been using this is not only does it give you a nice glow, but it's got vitamin C and ferulic acid in it. So it kind of tops up your antioxidant protection. And I've been putting it around the areas where I get pigmentation, so that I've got a little bit more vitamin C and a little bit more ferulic. And it just, look, it gives you a lovely glow. So if you've got pigmentation, this is it. It's called Pixi Vit C Glowy Powder in Peach Dew. And it has got vitamin C, ferulic acid, it's got vitamin E, it's got jojoba oil, and I can't read what the other things are, but vitamin C, ferulic acid, and vitamin E are all good things. And it just kind of, once you've got your sunscreen on, tops up your protection on the high points of your face where the sun hits, and where I've got that bit of pigmentation on my forehead. Can you see how it just gives you that nice glow? So, little tip there for you. Help. What do you want help with, Jane? It does. So we all know vitamin C and ferulic acid are good ingredients to have. What is Jane needing help with? 7 or 8 massive spots on your face. Right, okay, first of all, drink loads of water. You'd be surprised. And do you know what? People say this, and you think, yeah. But you know, a couple of weeks ago, I went to have a scan, and it was one of those scans where I had to drink 2 litres of water an hour before the scan. And I'm not one for drink. I have to say I'm really bad at drinking water. So I was like down in it and feeling quite sick at the thought of drink. And I drank the 2 litres of water and had the scan and everything was fine. The next day, my skin, you could tell more than any face cream. So I would say number 1 is drink loads of water. Number 2 would be to use something like a BHA, beta hydroxyl acid. They're really good for spots. I don't know if you've got a BHA in your skincare. Good. So use the BHA, and I think get plenty of rest. It can be stress induced. Get plenty of rest, drink plenty of water, use a BHA and look after your skin, and they will go away. It's just, I think it's the body's response to stress. I have to say I'm not a huge expert on spots because thankfully, touch wood, that's not something I've ever really had. Even in my teenage years, I've had pigmentation issues. Yeah, lots of new products, that'll do it. And if you've used a new product with SPF in it, Rebecca often finds that she gets breakouts if she uses certain things with SPF in it. They're in clumps. Okay. I would then take out all your new stuff and pare down your skincare. Use a BHA, drink loads of water, and cut it down to things that you know work for you. And then reintroduce your new stuff one thing at a time so that you can then identify what is causing it. That would be my advice. Yeah. So I'm doing Midnight Sun. I haven't used this for yonks. Now I've just got to get a brush. And of course, everything means bending down, which is excruciating. Excuse me. I cannot wait to be in my new home. Let me tell you, that's the other thing that's been a bit stressful, is that I'm getting offers in now on my flat in London. At last, people are actually having time to go and look at properties, and I've been getting some offers in on my flat. So hopefully, touch wood, I will have the money in the bank very soon. Because this is, as you know, this is not decor that I would ever pick in my home. This is a rented house that I've been living in. And it was supposed to be for 3 or 4 months. And it's going to be 2 years in August that we've lived here. And I never wanted to be here that long, but we just didn't know about the COVID lockdown. So we've got boxes still around. I've got loads of things still boxed up. A lot of the stuff that I've used is new because stuff that I've bought since I've moved in. But I have my heart set on a place, as you know. I'm just going to put on this shade here and use it as a transition shade. It's a matte kind of browny shade. And then we'll decide what I'm going to put on my lids. So yeah, when I moved in, I thought it was going to be for a couple of months. Never envisaged that I'd still be here 1.5 years later. And I had my heart set on a new build that I was absolutely in love with, and I lost it because couldn't sell in time. So I said after that happened, because it really was depressing, I'd even planned where I was going to put a lift, because I'm going to install a lift in my new home. I'm not going to do a stair lift. I'm going to do a lift. So I'd chosen a house that actually had 5 bedrooms, and people were saying, "You're nuts. Why do you want 5 bedrooms?" And I said, well, I want 4 bedrooms because I want family to come and stay. And everybody knows that there's always a box room, and there was in this house. But the box room was perfectly situated for me to actually put a lift in from downstairs to go up into the box room. So it wouldn't get in the way of Jack and Mick going up the stairs. And my dad, who's an architect, of course, hadn't had the stroke at that point. And he said, yeah, there's a load-bearing wall. And, you know, he did all that, looked at the plans. That's the perfect place to put the lift up into the 5th bedroom. So the 5th bedroom was never going to be a bedroom. It was going to be a lift. And I had it all planned out, absolutely fell in love with it and lost it. And so after that, I said, I'm not looking at anywhere else until I sell my flat. Once I've got the money in the bank, then we'll start looking. Because then if I fall in love with somewhere, I can just say, yeah, I want that. I've got the money. I'm ready to go. And I know that I can secure it rather than getting my hopes up on something that's just going to get dashed. So hopefully we're nearly there. And of course, I'm now looking to see if not only to make it accessible for me, but to make it accessible for my dad so that he can come and visit. So it's quite ironic, really, that my dad was looking at properties and how to make them accessible for me, but little did we know that in a couple of years' time, we'd be making them accessible for him as well. So yeah, my flat in London is tiny, but it's right in the middle of the city. Right in the middle of the city. So it's going to basically help me to get a place with plenty of space, which is what I need, because I'm going to probably need a wheelchair inside in the next few years. I probably need it now, to be honest. Now, you bought a ring light. It shows up everything. Yeah, you know do you know what, Bushra? These are the worst. These, they're great. But you look in the mirror and you think, oh my God, my facial hair, it shows up everything. It's one of these simple human mirrors. They're great, but it's so, look, it just hones in on everything. Now, what am I going to do here? I think I'm going to try and do something a bit adventurous. I'm going to try and get in the gold and the purple. The gold and the purple somehow into this. So I'm going to put the purple in this corner here. And I'm going to do it with my fingers because these shimmery shades actually work really well with fingers. There's nothing like Pat McGrath's shimmery shades. And also, of course, the pollen is now out, which is making my eyes and my nose water constantly. I'm having a really good moan, aren't I? Yes, let's have a bit of purple in the corner. Purple is a healing colour. Did you know that? It's a very good healing colour, and I'm going to put some underneath as well with that brown. I'm just doing it with my fingers. The reason I'm doing it with my fingers, guys, is because the more I can do with my fingers, the less I have to bend down and pick up brushes. Oh, Pamela. Is Pamela here? Where's Pamela? Hello, Pamela. Hello, sweetie. Mwah. Thank you for joining me. Hello. Now, excellent news. You've had your first vaccination. Oh, you got it in 10 days' time. Good for you, Tria. Stacey's ordered a dressing table with a Hollywood mirror. Oh, and a lovely suede chair. I'm so jealous. Do you know what? Aldi had one. Aldi have got this lovely suede kind of seashell chair for about 50 quid. And I would have bought it, but I thought, don't buy stuff like that right now because you're about to move, right? And I don't want to be buying lots of furniture now that I've got to move. I'd rather wait, but I bet you they won't be available when I go to move. But I have plans. I want my beauty room. I want to do up my beauty room and make it look all nice and have everything in drawers put nicely away. I'll be going to IKEA. I'll be definitely going to IKEA for one of the dressing tables with all the drawers. That's going to happen. So we've got lots of... Now I'm going to get this lovely gold because this looks stunning. And I'm being a bit adventurous because the purple's quite cool and the gold is very warm. But I should be able to make it work. If you don't step out of your comfort zone, then you never discover new wonderful things. And then I'll put something in the middle of those two to kind of make sense of it. Because at the moment it looks a little bit stripy. You're loving this look so far. I'm going to get this one here because this is like a topper. And it looks yellow on the camera, but it's not. It's kind of white, but it's a topper. And I think it should, yeah, bring the two together quite nicely. Did I tell everyone here that I'm going to India next month? I'm visiting my family after 2.5 years. No, you didn't. That's great. I'm due to get my second vaccination at the beginning of May. But some people are given a date when they go for their first and some aren't. My sister was given a date. I wasn't. I was told we'll be in touch. You'll love it in India. I take it you've been before, have you, Tria? Right, what do I want to do now? What do I want to do now? I'm going to put a bit of... I'm really playing today. I'm going to put a bit of this burgundy shade and sort of build it up in the socket and blend it into that purple. Because at the moment, the purple's looking a bit out of place, but I'm hoping this is going to come together. Yeah, if I put a warm maroon next to it, it kind of helps it to come together. Ah, right, okay. So you moved from India, did you, Tria? Do you know what? I've never been to India and I've never been to... Thank you, Tria. I've never been to India and I've never been to Fiji, which my dad was born in Fiji, but obviously he's of Indian descent. And I always thought, I'll wait until I'm retired. But of course, I've been medically retired and I'm not sure I could handle such a long flight. Yeah, it's actually a purple. It's a kind of violet purple. But I'm a bit of a purple freak, me. I love purple. And I love the cool purples as well. And I wanted to kind of blend it in somehow. But the rest of it's all quite warm. But I think it kind of works. I'm just going to build up the intensity a bit of it. The trick here is to kind of get that middle shade blended in so that it doesn't look too stripy. And what I want to do as well, there's a really dark charcoaly colour. I'm going to put that right here in the corner just to then blend it out. But I need another brush. Excuse me for going, oh! Let me just do my... I didn't go on the Pat McGrath. I've got a bit of a wish list now. I've got a bit of a wish list that I'm saving for things on my wish list. So I'm being very good. I'm not spending a lot of money on makeup at the moment because I really want to. The foundation I've got on today I really love, and it's La Prairie, as you know, and I'll soon be run out of it. And they've got a compact one. I'm even considering getting the full-size one because I just think I buy so many foundations that are okay, but they never look as good as this one on me in terms of the shade and the consistency. And I think, you know, all the money I did spend chasing, is this one going to be the one? Is this one that I know that one is a good one? So why don't I just save for that one? I know it's expensive. It's outrageously expensive. But I know it works and I know what shade I am. And I'm fed up of putting foundation on that looks yellow. So I'm saving up. I'm just blending that charcoal colour out. And then I'm going to add a bit more of the purple. I love doing looks like this where you don't quite know where it's going until you've got there. Spoke to my cousin this week who complained that she hadn't been anywhere since getting married. So I said, go to Kolkata. That's when she said about the media visa. You got the Decadence palette, the Divine Rose highlighter, an Eden palette, and a £4 palette from Christmas. Wow, someone's been on a shopping spree. Ali, lovely look, nothing beats Pat McGrath. I spent out on Charlotte Tilbury and a bit on Paula's Choice, thanks to my enabler, Ali. Do you know what? I've still been using Paula's Choice and I love it. Absolutely love it. But because I've had to take a lot of pain relief recently, my skin was quite dry. And there's one thing that beats Paula's Choice. And you know what I'm going to say. And I used all of Paula's Choice, but instead of the last step, I used something else. No, my VB stuff has not arrived yet. It's taking forever. Forever. As soon as it does, I'm going to do a video. And I did a video the other day, by the way. I sort of scrambled out of bed and did a video unboxing my subscription box, but I just haven't put it up yet. So I can put that up later on. I'll try. I'm not going to promise when I'm putting it up at the moment because I'm just going to listen to my body. Yours took 12 days. I think mine's taking even longer than that. Nothing, I'll tell you, nothing beats Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Night Cream if you've got very dry skin. Nothing. I've tried everything. Nothing beats it. Now, Paula's Choice, I'll put it on. My skin feels lovely. But in the morning, it's dry again. Bone dry. It still looks nice. And it's good stuff, Paula's Choice. And I use all of Paula's Choice. And I love it. I'm not putting it down at all. But when I put Charlotte's night cream on, I'll put it on at night. And in the morning, my skin still feels soft. It just doesn't, it just has this layer that just stays there and it locks all your skincare in. What did I order from VB? Okay, I ordered 2 lid lusters because I love them. I've got the blue one, as you know, and I've got the mink one. So I ordered the honey one, which was back in stock. And I also got the tea rose one, which is like a lovely rose gold. And I also ordered a eyeliner in bronze because my sister got some and she said they're fantastic and they stay on all day. I'm just putting a bit of highlighter from the end of this palette on the top here under my brow. I think that's worked out quite... Do you know what else I've just suddenly thought? I'm going to be really adventurous now. I've just decided to incorporate as many colours as I can into this look. I know I've put purple underneath, but I've decided I'm going to put something else under. Well, you can get to see it soon when it arrives. I'm going to put, just to contrast with the purples and the golds, I'm going to do a drop shadow. Let me just dab my eyes because they're watering anyway, so a lot of this has come off. I'm going to, instead of using the purple, which is, there's still a bit of it there, I'm going to use this khaki green that's in the palette because that will work as a really nice contrast. But I kind of want a smaller brush. Can I do it with this? Because I really don't want to bend down anymore. It's just a bit of a contrast with what's going on above. Have I done a video on cream eyeshadows? I've probably done a few kind of first impressions of Eyes to Mesmerize and things. But I can do one on cream eyeshadows. Cream eyeshadows are very good. Yeah, have a look at Victoria. The only thing about Victoria Beckham's site is that you have to wait an age for delivery. Can you see how that green, it just sort of contrasts? It's a nice contrast with what's going on above. I know I've got a lot of colours going on, but I quite like it for a change. Right, and I'm going to put some eyeliner on. And then I'm going to put on the Victoria Beckham mascara, which is here somewhere. I didn't finish my brows, did I? Let me do my Charlotte Tilbury brows. I only did the first step. I haven't done the second and the third, so let's do that. Because I think this look needs nice defined brows. You've been stalking Rebecca's channel for VB. Rebecca's got loads of VB. As soon as I get my honey and tea rose and bronze, I'll do a video, and I'll maybe do all of that I've got of VB, so that you can see all of it, not just the new stuff that I bought. I definitely like the Victoria Beckham mascara. It's very good if you've got sensitive eyes, and it's so easy to take off. I've got a brow hair that's sort of growing out this way. I've got to cut it, look. It's going nuts on me. The CT one, you hate it. What's that? Hang on a minute. Victoria Beckham, yes. VB is Victoria Beckham. What's this about the CT one? You still hate the coloured brow gel? It does cover grey brows, because I've got a few. But the thing that I really like the most, and I really didn't think I was going to, is this transparent gel. Because I kind of thought, well, you can get a cheap transparent gel in the drugstore, but this really holds them well. I really like it. It sort of gives you, obviously that one's going to go nuts now, but it gives you this really nice sort of soap brow lift. And I surprised myself, because I thought, well, clear brow gel, you can get that anywhere. You can get that in Superdrug for $2.99. But it really does lift quite well, and I have tried clear ones before, but look, if I decided to do that, it would just hold them there. I don't think I want them quite that. I'll do that, but it would just hold them there. I love this stuff. This is the clear brow gel of step 3. Thinking of getting Divine Rose too. Is it worth it? Yes, in a word. Yes, of course it's worth it. The 4 palettes are good as well. If you can't run to the large palettes, I think a lot of Pat McGrath's quads are good. If you're trying to save money and can't quite afford to get one of the big ones. Let's put some of Charlotte's black, classic black on. Did you see that Charlotte has bought out some Pillow Talk lip kits, mini lip kits, but not just in the original Pillow Talk, but in the medium and the dark. Oh, is it 90? Oh, well, yeah, go for it then, because that is cheap for Pat McGrath. So Charlotte's bought out the Pillow Talk original, Pillow Talk medium, and the Pillow Talk intense in a kit. So you get a mini lipstick, you get the mini lip liner for £20. And I'm quite tempted to get one in the intense to have in my kind of out and about bag, even though I've got the full size. But as I said, I'm trying to rein it in, because I'm saving up for my outrageously expensive foundation. I don't know why I put some black underneath when I've got that green. I can't do too much because my eyes are too watery, but I'm just giving it a bit of a frame. And then Victoria Beckham's mascara. Do you know what I've really noticed as well with my Paula's Choice, those of you who've been tempted to buy? My neck has really changed dramatically since using Paula's Choice. There is no crepey feel to it whatsoever. It's just smooth. And my décolleté, it's just smooth. There's no crepiness. I just wish that this pigmentation here, that's the bit that's getting worse. But my foundation covers it quite well. Rebecca, are you feeling better, honey? Because you haven't been very well, have you? You feeling a bit better? I know you don't like to complain. Not quite yet. Oh dear. Okay, I think that was Emma, wasn't it? Saying she's got to go back to work. Oh, Bushra. No. Who said I got... Oh, yeah, Emma. Okay, see you soon, Emma. Does anyone use the face mask with colours? I'm not quite sure what you mean. You mean face masks as in protecting you from COVID face masks? Not quite clear. I don't think any of us are quite clear what you mean by does anyone use face masks with colours? I've got all sorts on here, look. I'm probably wiping lipstick on my nose. I haven't been wiping lipstick since I've been wiping my nose, by the way. No, the plastic... Oh, I see. The plastic mask with LED lights. Yes, a few of us have. I've got the eye one. But you know what? I've been wanting to use that. And I've been wanting to use my Foreo. And they're both boxed up. I've got the one that you put on the goggles. The Dr. Dennis Gross goggle one. And I really want to start using it, but it's boxed up. So what Bushra means is the LED masks that have different LED colours for your skin. You've got the face mask, haven't you, Rebecca? And I've got the eye mask. And I really want to start digging that out and using it. But it's boxed up. I'm so sick of boxes. I can't wait to move. Really can't wait to move. And start really unboxing properly. Like not unboxing some things and leaving things in boxes, but actually putting everything in its place so that I can just go to a drawer and pull it out. I'm quite happy with that look. What do you think, guys? There's lots of colours going on, but it doesn't look too busy, I don't think. Thank you. So that was using the Pat McGrath Mothership 6. Where you can never find, you know the one it is. You've not seen any difference to your wrinkles or pigmentation using the face mask. Which one's this called, guys? I can't see the name of it. Oh, I can only ever see Mothership 6. It's something sun, isn't it? Somebody mentioned it earlier. I hadn't seen on the back. It says, use without caution. Shade throwing and eye ecstasy may result with prolonged use. Midnight Sun. Thank you, Tria. Oh, Stacey, you're making me jealous. Now, the other thing I did is I just kind of picked up this. I don't know what's in here, but I picked up a palette without looking at it, and I picked up these. And I'm hoping it's not all my reds, because I don't think red would particularly go with this. But it might be. Right, we've got Super Starlet, Stoned Rose. No, don't worry. I'm just envious because as soon as I move in, that's what I want to do. Love Liberty, Electric Poppy, Scarlet Spell, Amazing Grace. Ooh, Karina's Love. And then these are all my reds, aren't they? So Marilyn, Red Carpet Red, Love Bite, Tell Laura, and Sunset Lover. Do you remember Sunset Lover? This was the big fail. I actually got my money back for this. Lovely colour, but the worst formula that she ever bought out. It is disgusting. It's like putting lard on your lips. I kept it just because I'm a collector. But I think I'm going to do Amazing Grace. It feels like putty. I think they tried, it was one of those times where they tried to craftily change the formula, and they didn't think anyone would notice. But then some people said they didn't. I think, wasn't it Rebecca that says sometimes they're quality control? Because some people said it was exactly the same as their other formulas, but it wasn't on me. There's no way. And I remember saying if this had been the first lipstick I'd ever purchased from Charlotte Tilbury, I'd never have bought another lipstick again from her. And they did give me my money back. And they were saying, oh, we haven't, first of all, they tried we haven't had any other complaints. And I said, well, I suggest you go and look at your website then. Because it had something like, it had loads of 1-star reviews on their website. I said, you haven't looked at your website then, because something like 85% of people had given it a 1-star review. And I said, I bought a lot from you and I know my stuff and this is awful. And eventually they said, okay, we're going to give you a refund. Now, I'm just thinking what goes with Pink Venus. Not Pink Venus, sorry. What goes with Amazing Grace? Pink Venus is a bit too peachy. I might do Super Size Me. Yeah, this one. I've got to get another one of these because I can barely read what it says anymore. Oh, the Sweet Blossom is lovely. I want to get a few more of the Hyaluronic Happy Kiss lipsticks because they are beautiful. And if you get dry lips, they're definitely... It's just the packaging. And again, if you look at her reviews, everybody on the site is saying the same thing. They're saying it's a lovely lipstick, great formula, but cheap packaging. Oh, was it too dark, Stacey? Oh, well, thank you for telling me that, because I thought it was quite a light pink, a rose pink. How many CT lipsticks do I have? Well, I did a video swatching all my CT lip products about 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago. And I swatched 89 products. Now, that wasn't all lipsticks. Some of those were lip liners and lip glosses. But that was 2 years ago. So, a lot. It's easier to say what I haven't got of Charlotte Tilbury's than what I have. And I know it's terrible, but I just love them. And I do rotate them. It's a dark rosewood type shade. Ah, right, okay. Right, I'm going to put on Amazing Grace. Does that work with the look? What do you guys think? It really brightens up the face. Yeah, we'll stick with that. And of course, as you know, you can do this with any lipstick. And as I'm in pain and I don't want to go and reach for my blushes, all you need to do is an Aunt Sally. If you don't know what I mean by Aunt Sally, it's to do with Wurzel Gummidge. There was a character in there called Aunt Sally. You just take your lipstick that you'll put on, dot it on your cheeks, and very gradually and gently, because you don't want to disturb the foundation underneath, just blend it in with your finger. You can do that with any lipstick. Don't let these marketing people tell you that you can only do it with a lip and cheek product. That's all marketing. You can do it with any lipstick in a tube like that. And you will get a lipstick and blush that matches. See? Any lipstick in a tube. The liquid ones obviously doesn't work quite so well. But these lipsticks in a tube, you can do that with any of them. It always bemuses me that Trini says some of her lips are lip and cheek products and some of them are just for lips, because you can, she must know you can do it with any of them. Probably certain colours work better to put on the cheek. Like if you're putting a very nude shade on your lips, that might not work as well on your cheeks. Or if you're putting a really dark kind of vampish colour on your lips, you might not want to put that on your cheek. But that's more to do with the colour than the formula. So that's my look. But I definitely would recommend having a look at this if you get this pigmentation and these brown spots around this area. If, like me, you got them when you were pregnant and they never went away, and you use vitamin C in your skincare, then definitely have a look at this, because it will just top up your ferulic acid and your vitamin C on the high points of your cheeks, which is where I'm going to put a bit more on so that you can see, because my eyes are watering so much. It's the only thing that makeup product that I've seen that's got ferulic acid and vitamin C in it. And I think Pixi do a lot of that. So look, I'm going to just show you again, because I probably washed a lot of that off with my eyes watering. I'll just top up a bit over there. It just gives you a lovely glow, and you can put it on the high points, which of course are the points of your face where the sun is likely to hit. So it's going to give you a nice glow, but it's also going to give you that antioxidant protection of vitamin C and ferulic acid, which you know is in SkinCeuticals, and you pay an absolute fortune for. So that's my kind of product tip of the week. And this is a lot cheaper. I think this was about 15 to 20 pounds. There's a, yeah, Pixi Vitamin C blusher. Cheek bumps. You mean here, you said I've got them. You mean, what, these? Do you mean these? Or do you mean these little bumps here? Right, these are, I'll tell you what these are. These are milia. Now what milia are, round your eyes, round the eye area, you'll see the skin is very, very fragile. But also around your eyes are quite, the reason that the skin around your eyes is quite different is because there's no oil glands in around that area. You've got no oil glands, which is why your eyes dry out. And what causes that is when you use, it's a bit frustrating, because I know what causes them, but I'll just explain what causes them first. So what causes them is using stuff with oil in. Because there is no oil glands in that eye area, they can get clogged up with oil if you put oily products around there. So if you put lots of really creamy products around that area, the skin can get clogged up, and that's when you get these bumps, these little lumps, and they're called milia, right? The problem is, if you've got dry eyes and they're really dry, you feel like you need something oily to actually give you some moisture, because sometimes my eyes are so dry that they feel like they're going to crack, you know, under eye area. So you feel like you need that to kind of moisturize. The only thing I would say, the best thing it's more about how to avoid them than how to get rid of them. How to get rid of them, there are ways to get rid of milia. They say to use a BHA again, but you need to be careful using that around your eyes, right? They will eventually go away. Yes, I do. Look, you can see the little milia. Yeah, and I've got them on my eyes. I do have them. Look there. They're not as big as they used to be. The best way to avoid them is to use something like this, which is a hyaluronic acid serum. Because hyaluronic acid will give you moisture, but it's not got oil in it. I'm going to dot some of this over my concealer. You'll see how it works. So it's not got oil. It's got hyaluronic acid, and your skin produces hyaluronic acid. It's something your skin's used to. So the best thing to use around your eyes to give it moisture, I'm just putting this over my concealer. It might take some of my concealer off, but that's going to give you moisture without adding oil. Dry patches on top of the cheeks. Again, I would say hyaluronic acid. Anything with hyaluronic acid and no oil is going to give you the moisture back, but without adding oil. If you use oil, just be careful to make sure that it's all sunk in. It's the oil that causes them. Yeah? Dry patches. Yeah, so I would say the same thing, Jane. Dry patches. Same thing. Because it's very near the eye area, anything with hyaluronic acid in. This is just one example. This is very good. This is by Vichy, and it's mineral for eyes, and it's got hyaluronic acid in it. And it's like a gel formula. It's thick, oily creams near the eyes that can cause dry patches and milia. So I hope that helps. That is the best of both worlds. And as I said, when I did that, recently I did a first impression of the By Terry concealer. And I said that it was really good because it had hyaluronic acid in, so it gave you the moisture without the oil. But a lot of the time we use oily stuff around there because our eyes dry out. And if you don't, then you look even more lines than you've really got. So it's always about getting a fine balance, really, between getting moisture there, but without causing milia. Oh, yes, I can't pronounce it, syringomas, which are hereditary. And they can also, I was told once, now I'm not a doctor, so don't take my word for this, but I heard somebody say, I'm sure it was my mum, that used to say that actually it can also be a sign of cholesterol, high cholesterol. Not always, but it can be. My mum was a nurse, so she knew what she was talking about. But I don't know how true that is, but she used to say that it can be a sign. Getting a lot of milia around the eyes can be a sign of high cholesterol. So it's something to check out. But I've noticed, my sister pointed out to me, you know, this pigmentation and the kind of bits of vitiligo that I've got on my head. My sister said, look at Dad's head next time we're on Skype. And I looked and my dad's got it. So that must be hereditary. Ah, right. Your biggest problem is hyperpigmentation. So's mine, Clara. And you know what? Despite all I've done to my skin this year, all I've done to my skin this year, I've really looked after my skin, and I've put on sunscreen every day. The minute the sun came out, now I've got a very high coverage foundation on, a light high coverage foundation on. But the minute it came out, I looked like, yesterday I looked like someone had smacked me in the head. I looked bruised. It was so bad. I'm considering trying, somebody mentioned Dermatica. And I know I've looked it up now, and it's where you go on and you subscribe. And for something like £20 a month, you send in pictures, you tell them what medication you're taking, and you get prescription skincare. Bespoke for you. It's had some really good, oh, you're going, all right, bye Jane. I don't know how good it is. I think it's had some very good reviews, but it's kind of your chance to get dermatologist kind of advice. Yeah, I use tinted sunscreen on top of my normal sunscreen as well. So I think it is, I feel your pain there, Clara, because I'm exactly the same. And I think you and I have got very similar skin tones. And I don't think that's a coincidence, because I definitely think that kind of olive skin tones like ours definitely are more prone to it. I think when you see that people are affected with pigmentation, I think there's a lot more in our kind of skin tones. Yeah, I'd seen adverts for it, and I think Wayne Goss did a review on it, didn't he? He said he'd been using it, and it's definitely had some good reviews. So I'm thinking what I might do is stop my, you know, I said I was thinking of stopping my subscription box with Cohorted. I'm thinking I might stop that and start the other one, but I want to finish up some of my Paula's Choice first, because I've got a lot of skincare that, and I've had them in subscription boxes, and I don't want to then start doing something else and then not being able to use it. I'm going to remove, if you want to read it first, Ali, just don't want to leave it online. What have you said? Oh, you got it with your inheritance. That's lovely. Oh, that's really nice way to remember your gran. Oh, thank you, Maria. Yeah, you are. I'm about to go, to be honest, but you can always watch me on replay. Thank you for joining. And don't worry about being late. I've told you it's banned. Sorry, I'm late. It's banned. I'm going to go. I think I might take an antihistamine, because my eyes have been like this all morning. It's definitely the pollen. It's very weird here today. The sun is shining in and you think, oh, it's spring, and you go outside and it's biting cold. The sun is out, but it's biting cold. So I am going to go and have a nice relaxing afternoon with my son. We're probably going to watch a film, but I will be definitely putting more videos out, answering comments, answering messages shortly. Just bear with me just for a couple of more days, and I promise you I'll be back in my full form. And it's been lovely to speak to you all, and I hope you like this. And yes, thank you for reminding people, Shahina, to remember to like the live. Love you all. Mwah. Have a lovely day. Bye.